Okay, you guys, so I'll be making today lamb stew, cilantro stew, and I have frozen cilantro in here that sometimes when I buy extra cilantro, I just wash it, whatever I have left over, I put it in a container like this and then I freeze it. You're gonna add this with spinach that I bought as well, which is right here. Any kind of spinach that I have in here that I bought at Trader Joe's just now. And then I bought lamb. I bought 2 of these because I think this is just a very little amount. And this would last for 2 dinners and possibly a lunch or 2 as well. Then I will be adding a cerveza, a beer, Modelo. And yeah, and then the onions and then the garlic. We're gonna put all of that in here. Okay, as you can see, I have already added the onions and the garlic. That's why you see the white paste in there. And that's where it comes from. Okay, excuse me. I have a runny nose and my eyes, a little water because I was cutting the onions. And this does not make it any easier. Alrighty, so we'll leave that there to get a little clear. As you can see, the onions are not clear enough. It's not cooked. I just threw it in there. So we're gonna give it a little bit of like maybe 5 minutes or so to be cooked. And then I'll show you guys what I'll be adding next. While we're waiting on that, we're gonna put it in the blender. Spinach, a whole bag of this. A whole bag. I had another bag already open, so I poured some in, plus a half of this one, and the beer that I was telling you guys about. Instead of water, you can just add the beer all over it. Oh, okay. A little mess to clean up. Okay, then since I told you guys at the beginning, I have the cilantro in here frozen, and I'm gonna be adding that in there, and I'm gonna blend it. I have cut up the lamb like so. All of them. The 2 racks that you saw earlier, I had cut them just now, and I'm gonna put it in there, and now I'm gonna show you how it looks like after 5 minutes or so. The onion, you see it looks more clear. So now we're gonna add up what we had put in the blender, and then we're gonna add the lamb. And we're gonna season it with salt, pepper, cumin, and that is it. Okay, now so these are the ingredients that we're just gonna add to this stew. And you have no idea, it feels, my eyes feel so much better, and this smells good. Okay, now I'm gonna pour in what we have put in the blender. See how pasty, it's not so liquidy this is, and that's what you want. After that, we're just gonna add salt. About this much of salt, about this much of pepper, maybe like a teaspoon of everything, and cumin. There we go. I'm just gonna stir it. So it depends. If you think that what I put in, it was a lot, honestly it's not. And once it's cooked and everything is, you know, combined, I guess all the ingredients are soaked in together with the meat and everything else, you're not gonna taste so much of what we will just put in. So after this is cooked for like maybe 30 minutes or so, then we're gonna add that lamb, and then we're gonna let it cook for another 30 more minutes. So in total of an hour, half an hour without the lamb and the other half hour with the lamb. Okay, and we're gonna cover that up. Now we're gonna wash the rice. I've only put in 2 cups of brown rice to wash. Typically you don't eat this with brown rice, but since we are trying to watch what we're eating, I've decided to buy brown rice instead of white rice. All right, and in here, this is my measuring cup. We're gonna add 1, 2, and a tiny bit more of water. And we're gonna put it in here to cook. I like to put the handles in the inner part of the kitchen. And we're gonna add a little bit of salt in here, and we're gonna stir it. I know you're not supposed to use a spatula to stir, but this is all I have. So that's what I just grabbed. Yeah, we're gonna let it boil and then cover it up after it's boiling. Like this one over here, we're making beans. And we're gonna let it boil for about an hour or so, and we're gonna add more water into here. In here, you don't really have to measure the water amount yet. Because you want this to boil and boil and boil for as long as it can, until it softens, and you're gonna keep adding water and water and water until you see the beans getting softer. That's when you will stop and let it boil, and whatever the water will evaporate. So just keep an eye on it and let it boil for as long as you can, like I said. I forgot to add salt in here, so I'll be adding salt just so when it's cooked, it has a little bit of salt to it. And then we're gonna be adding water one after the other. That's it. Now, so it's boiling, and we're just gonna stir it one more time and lower the heat to about this much, really low, okay, to low. And we're just gonna cover it up and let it cook. And I just put a lid on this one as well, so we can keep the heat going, and this will cook faster, hopefully. And we lowered the heat as well. We're gonna lower it a little bit more. That is it. And this one right here, it's boiling. We're gonna keep it going, just lower the heat, and that is it. And we're just gonna wait on that. Okay, now, so the sauce, it's getting there, it's getting thicker. Now we're gonna add the lamb. Oops. Now we're gonna stir it. Get it in there. Oh my gosh, this already smells and looks delicious. And we're gonna let it cook for another 30 more minutes. And we're gonna make it a little bit higher. Not so much. There we go. And the rice, look at that. Let me get a fork for you guys. And it's ready. The rice is ready. Looks great. We're gonna just turn off the heat completely. And we're gonna let it sit there. And the beans are still cooking. I added more water, and we're gonna let it cook until it's ready. Maybe another hour or so in the high heat. Not so high, but it's good. It's right there. So dinner is ready. It looks and smells fantastic.
Yay!
And we also made yuca.
Ew.
It's just boiling water with yuca in it. That's it.
I don't like yuca.
And the beans are also ready.
I
Ready
don't
to
want
go.
them. I don't want them, Mommy.
Alright, you don't have to have them. And I have placed the rice, the brown rice, over here in this container. Now ready to eat. Chloe, how is it?
Good.
Do you like it?
Mm.
Let me see your plate. So yummy? And this is for my hubby.